Hello, air sign collective, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We're here to wrap up your 2022 by having a look at fall season, which will bring us right back to the starting point. With which is New Year, we celebrate New Year on Samhain. That's Halloween, for the everyday people. But that's when we start our new year. So, this read has kind of been sprawling for sure. I thought that I was gonna bang it out real quick, back when I started it. And it ended up being quite a journey. And it evolved too, how I wanted it to lay out. I am going to go through some of the earlier videos in this playlist and delineate which ones go into which elemental collective. I need to highlight that for the fire signs and the earth signs. So I will take care of that. I will delineate which one is just a straight up collective read, okay? Be patient with me. I'm just getting started here and I kind of just jumped into YouTube. I am really looking forward to wrapping up this read though, because I definitely want to bring in more of my kind of more out there type of readings to this channel. And I've had all kinds of inspirations come in recently, and I really want to play and have fun, okay? I can go really deep, I like to do readings like this, like we're doing, but um, I also just like to laugh a lot and, kind of poke fun at the challenges of life and have a really good time too. And I'm feeling more called to that kind of energy right now. So I'm looking forward to closing out this reading, getting all the more, deep spiritual messages to come through to you all. And then we're going to start to have some fun here, okay? I'm really loving the wild card reads, so we're going to keep up with that. And I think that what I'm speaking to right now is just really indicative of where air signs in general are at, right? Like we've done enough of the deep stuff. We're ready to just have some fun, Fun is its own kind of spiritual path, right? To find fun, even amidst challenge, to find fun, even then when things are difficult or, you're going through something heavy, to find the fun points and to walk the path of that sacred clown, right? Where you can find occasion for laughter, see the humor in it all, not take it all so seriously, okay? These days people are so invested in their trauma, they're so invested in their trauma and their, disappointments, their losses, their grief. It's almost like there's competition, who suffered more. And it's like, can we remember why we're here? Can we remember why we've been given the gift of this body and these five senses, to experience in such a tangible way, the pleasures of life? And yes, pain is part of the journey, and it always will be, Unfortunately, us humans are really stubborn. We don't like to learn things the easy way. It was 3:55 on the clock when I said that. We have to constantly be tested by spirit, with challenges to grow. Accept it. And then you'll find it's not such a challenge anymore. And, I'm not somebody who's like talking out the side of my neck. I've been through a lot of seriously heavy shit in my life, really heavy shit. And I used to really resist things. And then, I got drugged some hard miles and realize things are easier when I just say yes, yes to it. Yes, even if it hurts, yes, even if it doesn't feel fair to have that level of radical trust, that things can turn around, that things can be different, and that sometimes things get cleared to bring something better in. And I really feel that that's where the air sign collective is at right now. You know, there's been a lot to move through, you know, there's been a lot to accept. There's been a lot to make peace with. You've been on a long healing journey. But I also feel like now you're at that place where you're like just saying yes to it all. And you've come to a new level of trust in yourself and in life. And you can feel it. You can just feel it in your guts, right? Like things are going to turn out fucking awesome. It's really going to be good. And I know I've been tapping into that enthusiasm energy. And I think that's what kind of has us chomping at the bit, you know, right now, is that we can feel that coming in and we're just like so ready for it, right? We're so ready for it. Like we feel like we've got all this energy we've been building up, and it wants to move forward, right? It wants somewhere to funnel through, somewhere to go so it can move out into the world and like create this new beginning, create this new chapter, this fresh start, and all the promise and excitement that it brings. And you know, we just have to bide our time. You know, we see it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Pretty much from, you know, spring on, it's looking pretty good so far. I mean, we do know we're going to deal with some drama. Not everybody's going to like what we choose to do, but throat chakra. Not everybody's going to like what we do. All right, spilling the tea. But, you know, you got to follow your soul's directive, and you know that, you know? So, you know, you don't have to announce every move. Just make your moves, right? Just make your moves. We're going to jump right into this. We're going to look at the fall season and what's coming in, and that's going to wrap up, you know, our year. And what will follow will be a reading for each individual sign, just one card, and I'll go into like a overarching theme for the year ahead. So stay tuned for that. Please remember, it's a collective read, okay? So it's not a personal reading. Not necessarily every point will hit, but, you know, probably a lot will. Just open your mind and receive the messages as they apply to you. I do try to give, you know, several different options for how the messages could apply, because I have that understanding that there's a lot of people tuning in from a lot of different backgrounds with a lot of different stories. So that being said, take what resonates, throw away the rest. Throat chakra stuff is really coming in. Like there's all this like blockage around communication energy, and it ain't gonna happen. We're gonna get this reading done. I've also been doing a lot of reads lately, so, you know, need to care for the throat a bit too. And yeah, and in terms of, you know, gender terms, he, she, king, queen, again, their energies, take them as they apply to you. Same thing with the astrological signs. When I call out, anybody can embody the energies, but I do like to mention them because sometimes they really can ding and they make a reading more specific. Okay, so if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, help a broad out. I really want to build this channel. I'm excited about things I want to bring in, and I would love to just build a community here, okay? So I'm all about pulling people together. So let's pull together and, you know, have some fun, all right? Here we go. Let's see what's coming in, Spirit. Ooh, this one wanted, okay, all right. Let's see what's coming in, Spirit, for the fall season of this present year of 2022 for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Oh, we got lots of stuff turning over here. Okay. So, you know, again, we see that there's these like really positive developments that are coming in the spring, and it looks like there's going to be this maturation of that process, like this growing, this coming to fruition of those energies in the summer. And you're going to be kind of quiet about it because you're going to be tentative. And why are you going to be tentative about it? Because you're on guard. You know, I want you to remember this with this 9 of Wands energy, that you have the tendency to like expect the worst at this point. And I'm not going to blame you, okay? I'm a very strong Libra, so I get it. I understand, okay? I've been through the test myself. After a while, you kind of just get used to going through the grind, right? And that's a real drag, you know. It's a shame that you have to get so familiar with going through challenges, okay? But we have to remember that it can't always be like that, you know. I always say, like, the blessing and the curse of life is that everything is temporal in nature, you know? Everything's temporary. It always shifts, it always changes. So take heart when you've been going through a lot of challenges, or, you know, things have been difficult, because it means that things are about to turn the other way. You know, you're going to see a different side of the story. You're going to see a different view from the one you've been looking at, you know, for a while now. It also must be understood too, though, that you have a certain responsibility in the energy you hold that can either, you know, encourage these positive shifts in your experience to come your way, or it can block them. It's true, you know. And I'm not one of these people who's like saying that you draw like crises to you, or, you know, these really deep losses. All right, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, don't get it twisted. What I'm saying is, we all go through stuff in life, okay? We all go through traumas. We all go through losses. We all go through grief. We all go through these difficult experiences. If you're alive, there's going to be times in your life when you're going to fucking hurt. You're going to hurt. You're going to feel a deep sense of loss. What I'm saying is, you get to choose how you move through those experiences. Am I saying it's easy? It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy when you feel deeply hurt to accept that this is something that's going to create some kind of opening in your life. And in particular, if you're dealing with like the loss of a loved one, someone's died, you know, we have a hard time talking about death, you know, in our society, all right? But death is a part of life, you know. And I'm not saying that, you know, you're just supposed to pick up and move on like nothing happened. On the contrary, when you say yes to an experience, you go real deep into it, okay? You go right into the heart of it, right into the center of it. You feel that grief, okay, on the deepest stratum of your being, and you're saying yes to it. Yes, and there is grief. Yes, grief is a natural part of life. And I accept this grief. I accept that it hurts. I accept that right now, this is the last fucking thing I want to be feeling. But I'm not going to resist it, because grief's time has come. And I'm going to honor it for the rite of passage it is. And this is going to create a new opening in my life. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's the medicine. Okay? So I'm not saying that grief doesn't happen. Grief happens. You know, loss happens. Deep loss happens. But you can say yes to it. And yes is not like, oh, fuck yeah, this is awesome. I'm loving what's happening. Yes is the highest level of acceptance. It's the highest level of acceptance, and it's acknowledgement that, hey, I don't get to control everything. Life works much better when you flow and you don't resist. Life works much better when you don't resist. Nine of Wands is all about resistance, okay? It's about having your guard up. It's being prepared, you know, for more stress, more upheaval, more bullshit. Now, if you're always in this posture and that's the way you move through life, do you think you're saying yes? You know, in order to receive, in order for the good shit to come in order for you to have all those things that you've been wanting to bring into your life, that you've been wanting to cultivate, to receive, you have to say yes. Because if you say, oh no, well, it'll go to someone else, it'll go somewhere else, okay? So really, consider that what has been is not where you're going. You're going somewhere new. All right, so drop the defenses. Stop expecting the other fucking shoe to drop. This is the spirit that you need to move into the fall season with. Trust. Just say yes, trust. Stop worrying so much about the final outcome, about the destination. Just enjoy the unfolding experience. I feel like there's some kind of love announcement that comes in the fall with this Page of Cups energy. The initial message I got was invitation being issued, invitations going out. I feel like there's going to be some type of celebration, some type of a gathering. I got several scenarios coming up for this. This could be reunion, a group of friends, deciding to get together, maybe go on a camping trip together. This came in, I'm seeing like a cabin, somewhere out around the mountains and the woods, and just getting a bunch of old friends together around the campfire to like drop in and have this reunion energy. It could be, high school reunion, invitations going out, and you're going to be seeing some faces you haven't seen in a long time. Remember, we talked about that soul tribe energy coming in. This could also be invitations to a wedding. Some of you may get engaged, okay? Could also be invitations to a baby shower. Remember, we did talk about the possibility of conception, okay? Earlier in the year. Ooh, we're not supposed to talk about that, right? I do feel like there are some of you air signs out there right now that are really actively working on trying to have a baby. And so you haven't wanted to draw a lot of attention to it. I think that's probably because there's been challenges in the past. Yeah, this is coming through. I'm really sorry to those of you that, miscarried. That's a really painful loss. But I feel like, don't give up. Don't give up, the timing is right. The timing is right for those who are looking to conceive. The timing is right in the spring. Remember that. So it's possible some of y'all might be, sending out invites to a baby shower, okay? Yeah. Oh, and this message comes through pretty strong with that Seven of Pentacles, okay? It shows that there's been growth, okay? There's been development. So this definitely could be a message about gestation, right? The baby growing in the womb. It would be time for a baby shower. For those who, aren't aren't wanting to get pregnant and are going to be smart and they're going to take extra precautions. I see this, Seven of Pentacles representing you're heading into the next stage of growth, whether it's in a romantic union or whether that is in some type of, creative project where you're partnering with someone. There's definitely this partnering energy, okay? Something comes in where it's a partnership. I do believe there's a lot of you out there that are doing your own thing. You're entrepreneurs, you're growing your own stuff, but I feel like there's some major success that's associated with a partnership. Right now I'm speaking on a business level because this is, pentacle energy here. Pentacles deal with money, all right? They deal with the tangible. But I also see it as, it's a sign of, check it out. She's kind of sitting there wondering like, is this going to grow what I want it to be? And I think you got to remember like that energy that you are coming in with, right? This defensive energy, like expecting the worst. Make sure that you're not, investing in things from that standpoint that like, oh, it's probably going to just turn out the way everything else did. Because do you think you're really going to bring your best to the table? Do you think you're really going to, invest what's needed to really grow a business or grow a creative project if you're kind of going into it with that mentality where you're like, well, it's probably going to fail. So think about it, think about it. The energy that you bring to the table in any project you're working on is going to be the deciding factor on whether or not it's successful. But this right here, this could also be an invitation to, some type of launch event, okay? For a project, some type of big opening. I just got some of you maybe artists. Maybe you're going to have your first showing, okay? There's definitely something coming in with that, but there's absolutely growth. We see growth, and we also see it's tangible with that Pentacles energy. Just, you got to get out of your own way to let this stuff come on through. Yeah, I think those of you who are in any kind of like metaphysical type work, if you're a tarot reader like me, or if you do any kind of spiritual work with people, whether that's doing things like Reiki or, workshops, courses, things like that, I think that you're going to see a lot of success and growth in your business. I also see this as, sort of, again, looking beneath the surface, for what might be going on that I shouldn't trust, okay? Because a lot of times the High Priestess also deals with secrecy, okay? So on one hand, I do think this is about, you've made a lot of moves in quiet, through the summertime, and you're about to make a big announcement, right? With this Page of Cups energy, all right? And it's going to be like a big debut. I feel like whatever is happening, whether it's in a love relationship, whether it's with, old friends reconnecting in a reunion, whether it's a baby shower, whatever it is, it's sort of like this moment of, like a big debut kind of energy. There's a feeling of newness, and like it's a signpost that we've really moved into a new path, a new direction, okay? Yeah, it's really interesting though. I have to bring it in, just because we started out with the foundation of that, with that 9 of Wands energy and being on the defensive, and be sure that you're not looking into things too deeply and like wondering if there's something going on that, you shouldn't trust just because you've been so used to, that kind of stuff going on over these past couple years, where people have been kind of moving in secrecy around you and causing problems. I think this is some of the shadow stuff that you need to release, so you can really let these, positive beginnings grow in your life and you don't block them. Really important message coming in, okay? But it looks like some big announcement in the fall. And it is connected to security, okay? So we do see that, you preserved what's important to you with that Ace of Pentacles. Look, it's held over the chest. You've held it tight to your chest. You're like, man, a lot of stuff may have gone to shit, but I'm holding on to this one thing. I'm pouring everything into it. I have a dream for a new beginning for myself, and I am not going to let this go. I am going to make sure that I give it my all. I'm going to hold this close to my heart. I'm going to keep quiet about it. I'm going to make my moves. And I just see that, you're definitely going to build the security from that, the financial security, speaking specifically to projects right now. And it brings a lot of happiness and fulfillment with the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups as well, that's that happy love union. It doesn't get higher than the 10, okay? But there's also a new beginning here with that 10 energy, right? Numerologically, that breaks down to a 1. 1 is a new cycle. It's a new beginning. And the 0 is spiritual gifts, okay? So air signs, I know there's a lot of you out there right now that feel that that's impossible after what you've been through, okay, with that Ten of Swords energy, okay? It was a lot of work for you to pull all those knives out, wasn't it? And some of you just may not even really care about the whole love thing right now. It's cool, but I'm telling you, it's coming with this Four of Wands energy. That's that 1111 energy. You know, you're going to align with the person that, you know, you're about to go on a big journey with. You're about to share a lot of experience with each other, okay? I mean, it is what it is. The cards don't lie. You know, the days of dealing with the fucking jugglers, you know, the fuck boys, the fuck girls, you know, uh, the people who just, you know, want to play these push-pull games with you, keep you guessing, you know, have you left in the dark about what they're feeling. One minute they want you, one minute they don't, you know. You decide to like lay down your boundaries and stand up for yourself, and then all of a sudden they're stepping to you. All of a sudden they're interested. If you let yourself, you know, open up to them, then all of a sudden they're pulling away again. Like, you're done with this shit. This shit's over. That energy has been deaded, okay? It's time for your destiny to come in with this star energy. This is a very kismet card in relation to love relationships, okay? It's about your soulmate coming in. You see that love? You see that love wants to come in? Turn up your cup, baby. Turn up this vessel. Let it receive that love, you know? Open your heart to it. Don't be so defensive. Don't expect the worst, okay? Really let it in. You know? Accept the invitation. Say yes, you know? Trust that, you know, beauty comes after the storm. There is reason to hope. That's what the star is about. There's reason to hope, okay? So I really want you to like feel the excitement of this new cycle. It really launches, you know, in the fall. And remember, you had that Ace of Wands come in. That is like, I'm staking a claim to this. Like, this is when you make it official in the fall, this new beginning. And then everybody knows what you've been up to and what you've been developing and all the goodness in your life. So, you know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Let it in because it wants to come in. Star card is associated with the sign of Aquarius, okay? Yeah. It brings that Two of Cups. That's that true love union. True love. You can't beat true love. I mean, this just looks like a big love year, you know, for the air signs for sure. And it's definitely with somebody that's got strong fire energy in their chart with this King of Wands energy. This dude or this chick, this broad, they've been here this whole reading, okay? So we're talking Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. You know, they may have that as their sun sign, but it could be their rising sign or another strong placement like their moon, their Venus, North Node, even their Mercury, okay? Or just really strongly have that aspected in their chart. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by strongly aspected in their chart if they don't have actually a planet in that particular sign? I mean, the house is strongly aspected. I'll give an example of that. I'll use me as an example, okay? I am a Libra, a double Libra, and I have 5 planets in Libra, but they're all in the first house of Aries, okay? Libra's opposite. So that means even though those planets aren't in Aries, they're in Libra, they're in Aries house, 2929 when I said that, which is 1111, breaks down to 1111, breaks down to 22, okay? So that means I run a lot of Aries energy, even though I'm not an Aries. So that's what I mean by that, okay? Pay attention. Pay attention to, the houses as well when you're learning about astrology and getting to figure out how that expresses itself, okay? So there's definitely a fire sign that you're coming in to some kind of partnership with. It really, I mean, honestly, it looks romantic in nature with the Two of Cups, Ten of Cups. I say just enjoy that shit, okay? Enjoy that shit. Because, you're moving out of that indecision, that time of feeling constricted and stuck. You took off the blindfold. You freed yourself from everything that held you back in the past. And you're ready to accept this true love, the love of a lifetime. And there's that message. There's that invitation going out we talked about, okay? With that lover's energy. Beautiful energy. Destiny. It's destiny. And what a beautiful, sweet thing that is. Enjoy, air signs.